Okay, I'm at Northumberland National Park, Bulby's Wood, and today I'm going to do the Hillfort Trail near Ingram. And I've kindly put a nice little map over here. Shows you the trail. We do about 5 hill forts on this one, and there should be a prehistoric village remains as well to be seen, some cultivation stuff, about 6,000 years worth of history. And we're going to head up that way, and I'm with a fellow YouTuber today, a guy called Jayson. I'll put a link to his site as well on this video, so you can go and check his stuff out as well. You know, it's nice that they've got like a memorial bench here to remember someone who probably liked to walk these hills. And it's probably one of their favourite places to come. What's not so nice is the ring of dead person's ashes around the bench. Kind of puts you off wanting to sit there, to be honest. Okay, busy approaching Buffalo now. It's the first of the Iron Age forts that we're going to see today. You can see the boulders behind me, the walls. Now this has been occupation since the Bronze Age. The remains you see now are Iron Age, but there have been remains of anglo-saxon remains being found here as well. So it's had occupation from the Bronze Age right away to Anglo-Saxon times, and then it went into disuse around about the early medieval period, around about the time of the Vikings. I'll take some footage and I'll give you a better look at the place. Underneath here you can see like the remains. Probably not so good here. Let's see behind me here. There, you see those rocks there behind me? That forms part of a wall. And we've been disturbing a shepherd here. His flock behind us there. Maybe hear him shouting in the background. Okay, we're about to approach the second hill fort on this trail. There's just there, the entrance to another Iron Age hill fort. This will be the second one on this trail. This one's a lot more overgrown than the last one. It's not on the top of the hill, it's a bit further down. It's not too far away from that late prehistoric settlement that we've just been to. It's the middle bit here of Middle Dean Hill Fort, which is the second fort. And the previous late prehistoric settlement we were at, that was called Haystack Hill. And I'm currently on the inner wall here. Yeah, these forts don't look much on the camera, but honestly, if you come here in person, they are impressive. You can see there's a ditch here. It doesn't look much on the camera, but you can really see it. And you're talking about settlements for like 4,000 years old. They found Neolithic remains here. They found Bronze Age remains. Iron Age is the actual building of the fort was Iron Age. Later on we'll see another fort where there's Roman remains, anglo-saxon remains. There's been a long history of settlement here. I'm talking like 4,500 years worth of history. It's a nice walk. Recommend it. It's only 5 miles. Easy. That's a nice little path there. It's going to be fun. The angle that it's on is unreal. Just here will be a hill fort there we haven't been to just yet. We're going to do some drone footage soon. You can see the coast from over here. Right over there on the horizon there's the sea. Down the bottom of this wood was the last Iron Age fort we went to. The prehistoric settlements just there. And the first Iron Hill fort is there. Across here. And you've got the Cheviot here. There's Jayson setting the drone up. Over here is Wayfarer Hill Fort. This is the oldest of the hill forts we're on. In terms of remains found, that is, it's the oldest. Okay. Okay, we're on the top of Hillfort, and we're looking across at the valley there at the moment to where that prehistoric settlement was. And then you've got that wood. There's another hill fort just there, see it in the background. And then down on the bottom here of this valley, you can see the grooves from Bronze Age farming practices. Now this hill fort, they found remains from the Neolithic era. So this has been settlement on this hill fort for somewhere between 5,000, 6,000 years. Somewhere between 4,000 and 3,000 BC. That's a hell of a long time ago. Now let's take it across so you can see the view. And up at the top there where those hikers are, that's another hill fort. That one at the top there is called Cochrane Pike Hill Fort. But to be honest, there wasn't much to see on the ground. There's a couple of bumps, not as prominent as the other hill forts we've been to so far. And you can see the defence, yeah. So at the top of the hill there, you go down this hill here. You got the ditch here. You got a wall here. You got another wall there. And on the other side there's a third wall. Okay, this is Turf No. This was the Bronze Age site where they found late Iron Age, early Anglo-Saxon spear. And then the other one that we just come down from is Yew Hill. That's another Bronze Age cairn up there. Over there on the horizon is Wayfarer Hill. We've got one more fort left to do. Okay, up to now, this has been quite an easy trail to follow, well signposted, but now we suddenly have arrows pointing every direction. One pointing that way, one pointing this way, one pointing that way. Which way to go? Luckily we know, because we've got a map. There we go, I found the last one. The Ingram Hillfort. Now this one was evidence of square houses rather than round houses, which suggests it comes from the time of the Romans. And first it was probably a Roman housestead as opposed to a hill fort like the ones that we've seen before. You can see the ridge here. That's the boundary wall, and then in the middle here there will be a couple of square houses. And if you look across to the far hill, I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but it's quite clearly you can see the Bronze Age agricultural terraces on that hill there. And then over on this hill over here, that's Wayfarer Hill Fort. And up here was Turf Low, where we've just come down from. Turf No even. Can't get my words out. It's very nice here. It's a nice easy walk and lots of historical interest as well. Good place to come. Only about 5 miles. Here is the remains of one of the square huts. As I said, because it's square not round, you know it dates to the Roman period. But there's another one just on the edge of this wall here. What we have to remember is that there wasn't much Roman occupation here. Most of the time the Romans were at Hadrian's Wall, and this is quite a bit further north than Hadrian's Wall. And yes, they did go into Scotland, but they didn't stay there that long. So I mean, it could be Roman farmstead, but it's more likely that it's very late Iron Age, from like the Roman period. You see here, you got one square hut here. You've got the one in the middle here, which I pointed out before. There. And come down here, and I'm stood on the edge of a one here. There's another square hut there, and then there's another one. Here we go. There's another one there. There's at least 4 square huts, and there might be a 5th one, just a bit further up. There's a bit up here.